How you doing? Uh, I hope you're all okay. Today is Thursday, the 9th of July 2020, and it's the fourth day after lockdown, and it's raining today. It's about 18 degrees, 20 degrees today. It's been raining all day today. The time now is about 3 o'clock in the evening, and it's been an overcast and rainy and miserable day. And and things are seeming to try and get back to the new normal. Social distancing, um, the economy, they're trying to get it up and running again, and it looks like uh, for some people it is very difficult to get out of the lockdown situation. They've done such a good job in telling people not to go out, not to associate with people, not even to associate with even with the same members of your family because of the virus. Now, the current average infection and death rate is about 100. The death rate is at 100 a day. The infection rate is about averaging 1,000 a day, but it's dropping. We are on a 14-day cycle, so we are on. Well, we on a we on 4 days in a 14-day cycle. So we will see in the next couple of weeks how things with the virus pans out, as they say, pans out in this pandemic, you know. But life is trying to get back to normal for some people, probably because it's more economical. When I say economical, the economics of the situation push them to get out there because you've got bills to pay. You've got basically bills to pay. You got rent, you got the gas, the electricity, the telephone, all the basic utilities. And if you haven't got any money coming in, then you're going to be in a lot of trouble because those people, those utility people, will send people in to actually come in to. No, I'm not talking to the tree. I'm not talking to the tree. I'm not that mad. I've got a camera up there.
No, I see it up there. I thought, what is that up there?
Yeah, you thought he's gone mad. Neighbour's gone mad. He's talking to the tree.
Did you take good care?
And you too, man. And you. Yeah, so we're trying to get back to normality, and and we got to get out there, and we got to spend money to pay the bills, and we got to spend money to stay alive. The chancellors announced yesterday that we are going to get a discount if we go out and eat in a restaurant, and yeah, we got it. So I don't know how that's going to work. So from Monday to Wednesday, there's a discount. I think one of the reasons that was introduced is because even on weekends, because of the distancing and the reduction in the amount that people actually come into the business, into your business, whether it's one of those, well, I can't say leisure because the leisure business has been shut down. Those businesses, because of the restrictions, your income has actually halved. So in order to keep the income going, it's a good government incentive to get people going out for the other days in the week. So if that is generating more income for you, because those Monday to Wednesdays, some people don't get much trade, and so that's a good incentive. Plus, the employers have been given £1,000 if you keep your employees after the furlough has run out. And so I could see the government there. It's like giving you a bump start or keeping you going, and because you've been pushed along, that actually when the government subsidy actually is taken away, hopefully if you're doing well, you'll be able to continue on your own steam, so that you can continue making money, paying the wages, paying the taxes, and helping the economy actually keep on going. So I can see the strategy in that. But we got the naysayers, as you see, the naysayers, and they usually finding some negativity, and but whether you get this money and you don't need this money, eventually you would spend the money. You'll go back to the government. Money on its own, having money in your hand, is absolutely useless, right? Money only has a value when you spend it, right? You could have £1 million, it means nothing. You got to spend it. To enjoy it, you got to spend it, right? And so even though you get this money, it will still go back into the economy. Now, even if you keep the money, right, you still got a problem, because money devalues year on year, right? It goes down in its value year on year. So you in fact have to invest it. You have to make the money work. Because as you know, £100 10 years ago isn't the same value as £100 today. It loses its value. So if you have that physical cash and you do nothing with it, it actually loses its value, right? So you have to work that money. So it's either you've got to invest it, and there's risk in investment, right? Or you have to buy some product, or I was going to say service, but buy a product which you would enjoy that money. It could be a holiday, it could be a car, it could be a new phone, So money is useless, just sitting there. So when people say, oh, people is going to be getting money that they don't need, they'll be spending it. That's the whole idea. They'll be spending it, and it goes back into the economy. And even if those people who get the money, who don't need the money, they might be spending it with somebody who needs the money. You see what I'm saying? So that helps the person who needs the money, right? Because the person who didn't need the money can now spend the money on somebody who needed the money. See what I'm saying? So don't get this stupidness about, oh, this person's got that money and this money, and it's all part of the economy. You got to spend it, you got to work it, right? And even though, let's say we believe, oh, these people, you got money and it's going to stay there, right? Now, next year, the bills are going to go up, the rent is going to go up, the gas is going to go up, the electricity is going to go up, all the services are going to go up, the parking charge is going to go up, the council tax is going to go up, right? All the motoring charges are going to go up. Right now, in London, the congestion charge has gone up from £12 to £15, and it's not from 7 in the morning till 6 in the evening now. It's from 7 in the morning all the way to 10 at night, and not Monday to Friday, but 7 days a week. And then we got some people with this UZ zone, low admission. They can't come nowhere into London, because if they do, they're going to get fined because their vehicle is not part of this low emission thing, right? So there is so much things, right, that you got to spend your money on. And even if you don't spend your money on it, the prices are going to increase, or just to stay alive is going to increase, or even where you live is going to increase. If you got a car, you got to park it somewhere, there's going to be parking charge. Whether you park it in front of your house or whether you're going to park it on the street, right? When you drive and stuff, that's going to go up. It goes up. And here's what: there are no machines now that actually takes money when you park your car. You got to do it on card, you know. And here's what's funny. I don't know how to park the car with these parking apps, believe it or not, you know. Everything is done online, you know. You don't have to display a permit in your car for the area you live in. It's automatically done by the number plates, you know. So part of the money being given to the people to keep to fire up the economy and keep it going, because there's a great fear that after this pandemic we're going to fall off the edge of an economic cliff. And we were already in a recession before the pandemic strike. So when we come out of it, it's going to be worse. A lot of people are going to realize, well, I didn't need all that stuff when I was isolating myself, and you know, didn't need to go out, so I didn't need that stuff. So why do I need it now? Why do I need to spend all that money? You know. But that is all part of the economic cycle. That's all part of the economic drive. That's all part of living in the West, whether you believe you need it or you don't need it, whether it's for your leisure, whether it's for day-to-day living, whether it's for even for basic survival, you know. So that's the fourth day after the easing of the lockdown. Today, the 9th, Thursday the 9th of July 2020, here in London town. The weather today is overcast and it's been raining all day. And I don't know what the weather is going to be like tomorrow, but economically things are on the move. There's a kind of normalization now. Normal plus, which is normal plus gloves, mask, distancing, wash your hands, stay away from people, literally stay away from people. So at the moment, none of the entertainment venues have been given the go-ahead to open up, right? So places where in fact, the churches have been given the go-ahead, places of worship. So you can go there, but you can't sing, because part of it is because the virus is airborne, and the more you sing, you will project this in the air, and more contamination and more people catching the virus and increase. But so this is where we're at. On a personal level, they've just sent me my bill for my car tax for the year, and I'm thinking, well, I haven't been using my car. Do I need a car? You know, plus I haven't been earning any money. So have I got the money to pay for this? You know, and this is where part of the economic system comes in, where you have credit card and borrow money, and you know that's part of the whole economic cycle and the whole motivation. So people are pushed to a point where their income does not meet their expenditure. In fact, their expenditure over exceeds their income, so they have to borrow. And with this pandemic, it's hit a lot of people who were already underwater financially, you know, and now their income stopped. They're sinking further. And so after this pandemic, a lot of businesses are not gonna they're not going to be operating. They'll be closing down. They're selling out. The effects there already. Carphone Warehouse has shut all of that's gone out of business. You know, so you could only do stuff online. There's many stores at the moment that's saying that many of their shops are actually going to close, and the major part of their operations is going to be online. You know, so I don't know what the future holds. We gotta literally take each day as it comes, and I guess the overall controllers of each day as it comes is your government. You know, your government policy, and remember, it gets enforced in certain places. If we don't follow rules here in the UK, we get fined. You know, the police will stop some people, or well, the lockdown has eased down, they would have stopped some people and say, where are you going? And are you traveling? Is it essential? And if it isn't, you get fined, you know. And if you get locked down or quarantined and you break that and they find out, you're going to get fined. So, you know, so your day to day, how things happen day to day depends on your government and your health care advisors to the government and your personal health. The NHS here in the UK, you know, they will call you or text you and tell you that somebody close to you has the virus, so you got to quarantine for 14 days. You know, don't go out, stay in. And that's where we are at the moment. So let me say goodbye for the time being. Stay tuned. Watch out for my next webcast, podcast, broadcast. And remember, here in the UK, no, that's the United Kingdom. No, that is incorrect, because the rules don't apply to Scotland, to Wales, to Ireland, but England itself has its own rules and regulations. Scotland has its own rules and regulations. Wales has its own rule and regulation. Ireland's got its own rules and regulations. Northern Ireland's got its own rules and regulations. So it's not the United Kingdom. This virus shows that we are not a united kingdom. We are separate kingdoms. All right. Ireland, Scotland, Wales. I think Cornwall is going for independence soon. But anyway, these are the kingdoms of United Kingdom. You know, Scotland, Wales, Ireland. You know, England. Forget England. That's where we're at. So United States of England. So remember, follow the rules of your locality. Right? So if you're in America, you know, whatever state you're in, you know, whatever state you're in America, you could be in a bad state or a good state. I hope you're in a good state. as in your general state of, you know what I'm saying. So for England, the new normal plus, so 3/4 of the restrictions have been eased off, and so for England, normal plus is mask, gloves, keep your distance, wash your hands, stay away from people, stay away from crowds, keep your 2 meter distance. Actually, some places they've actually reduced it to 1 meter, but you know. And what's going to be interesting in the next few weeks and months is the holiday people, the quarantine, these air thing, you know, that they can go over there and don't get quarantined. Anyway, for me, bye for now. Watch out for the next video.